they have drastically reduced the influx of illegal immigrants into um, our country. But also, if you expand that out a little bit further, right? Part of the Democratic platform is they don't like voter registration. They want people to have the ability to come in and vote regardless of where they're at, with no identification, just come in and vote. So if you have an influx of people coming into the country that are undocumented, then what's stopping them from going to a voter registration area and voting? And I think that's like one basic right of being an American citizen. Another one is like the American dream. They're taking away jobs from working American citizens. For example, a lot of undocumented illegal immigrants go into the trucking industry, and that's easily $100,000 job. This is not like $20,000 at the table. You're getting people doing your work for a lot cheaper. This is desirable jobs where without a college education, some certification, some exams, you can actually get $100,000 job. And I know there's a big population of illegal immigrants that are involved in that. Not to mention other cash businesses where they don't have to pay taxes. And that is my third point. A lot of undocumented immigrants, even if they're not criminals, which a large portion of them are, where, there's data to back that up, there are a large portion that are just good citizens that are working. Are they paying taxes? How do you even track that down? They're taking advantage of the infrastructure that we have in the United States, right? Like roads, medical services, the hospitals. So you have to ask yourself, is that fair? Is that fair that American citizens are bearing the brunt of the cost of these infrastructures, losing jobs that are high paying, but also now supporting people to have their rent paid? Right? Like I think that like we've lost our minds on some of these issues. It makes no sense where like county, like if you visited some of those areas, a lot of US citizens that are living there are in the poverty line. Like, why aren't you paying their rent? Why aren't you subsidizing their homes? I don't understand the population that lives there that puts up with this stuff where, you could barely buy groceries and someone's getting $15,000, $20,000 worth of rent per year or whatever it is. I have no idea how much it costs. So I think you got to ask yourself, it's not about an immediate human to human interaction, right? Like this is not talking about there's a sanctuary. Actually, that's a good point that I want to raise up. Like, there are legal ways to get into this country if you are actually in a crisis situation. You could get a sanctuary or temporary status where you could prove your case that, hey, I can't go back to my country because they're crazy. They're going to kill me. There's legal ways to get into this country. And just a personal story, my aunt, she came over in the 70s with nothing. She worked 2 or 3 jobs and she brought all of her siblings over. We all lived in one house for at least 5 years, I think, until everyone kind of got off their feet. She paid for everyone's clothes. She paid for everyone's food. She put a bunch of us through school. And she wasn't thinking about her immediate needs. She was thinking about generational change, right? So you can do it. A lot of people have done it. I owe a lot to the United States, and I'm part of the immigration success stories, right? So there is a way to do it. And I just don't think allowing illegal immigrants to come into the country undocumented, not pay any taxes, but take advantage of the benefits of it is fair.
Yeah, and fun fact about our hosts, all of us come from immigrant families. All of us have very unique stories. Fiji, you can mention this as well, but as an immigrant to America, your family went through the a refugee crisis in the Middle East. My parents came here in the 70s. We